what's a big part of your process that is not really evident in your end work?
I think probably the best example would be the photographic element of my work, and I mentioned before that my practice began with just more pure photography, digital and analog, and some medium format analog, and so that's like I that's still very dear to me, and that's probably why it's still a major component in the digital work that I do, because it came from that place. And to explain a bit further, almost all of my work begins actually with photography, where I'm either photographing sort of assemblages of materials or objects that I've found or made, and and I mean that also has included scanning, like 2D as well as 3D scanning as well. But to stick with photography for a moment, which is the most common sort of tool I'm using in the early stages of the work, those photos that are taken as part of that initial stage are then what is actually processed digitally and sort of pulled between these different states, and in the final outcome of the work, whether it's video or a two-dimensional print or sculptural, it's not. I don't think it's evident that it comes from photography, and I don't have like a firm opinion on how I feel about that yet. And it's like I often have conversations with people who are interested in the process, and I explain that to them, and they, in most cases, like, that wasn't apparent to them. And I think that some people have been interested in knowing a bit more of how that factors in, and I also feel some interest there. So I wouldn't be surprised if that component of my process was forefronted a little bit more in the future, maybe. But it's probably too early to say right now. So, yeah.
It's also a good time now just to kind of reflect, I guess, on people's individual practices if there's the time and space to do so. And also a nice way to get our mind off of things, and because it is like a pretty important time and space that we have right now that we don't really have when things are normal, quote unquote. So if that's like looking at the positive side of things. um,
I agree, and I think that's so important, and is something that, you know, artists don't necessarily need all of their tools or materials or their regular sort of setup in order to do that, and sort of take some time to just sort of observe what they've done or their process, and just sort of analyze and reflect on it. I think that you're right. That's something that really, like, can be engaged with right now.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We would love to hear your thoughts or questions. Please let us know in the comments and review section, and we'll try to cover it in the next sessions. If you enjoyed this content, please share and subscribe for more episodes. For latest updates, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Art Focus Exchanges.